Hey everybody, week 43, Happy New Year to you guys. I have some more exciting news about my app Dropboard, and a plan is coming together for 2023. First of all, a little housekeeping. I hope you guys saw my video from last week where I recapped all of 2022. I took highlights from all my videos from the year, watched them in real time, and tried to see what insights hindsight has to offer. I also recorded a new trailer for my channel now that I kind of know more about my journey and how to use YouTube better. So the top news for today is that validation is going really well. I'm continuing to get signups and purchases for Dropboard, and it's blowing my mind. It's definitely the kind of validation I've been looking for. And also, historically, for the apps that I built anyway, December has been a terrible month. It's usually by far the worst, and January is usually a strong month. That makes me very hopeful for what's going to happen in the beginning of this year. If I've gotten those purchases from December in that weak month, what is it going to amp up in January? I don't know. I'm still on the new apps page in Wix's marketplace, so I may fall off that page, and then we're going to see if I'm going to get organic search traffic or if things are going to kind of flatline. But regardless, we're getting really good validation. And then on a related note, I am recording this video before the holidays, so things might have changed by the time you actually see this. But last night I was finishing up my year-end recap video that I just mentioned, and before I finally collapsed to bed because it was super late, I checked my Airtable database for whatever reason, and I noticed this over limits message. It really freaked me out. It freaked me out because Airtable didn't email me. I would expect to kind of get an email, and I was wondering, are people not being able to do anything in my apps because I'm at my limit? So after some testing on that, it turns out they weren't, but I was bumped up to that free limit, so I had to upgrade to the Pro plan. And I was kind of curious about that because the limit's 1,500 records across all your tables, and Dropboard is not that data intensive of an app yet, so I was kind of curious why I'm already there. That led me to dig into the data, and it looks like people are not just signing up with Wix, they're actually really making use of Dropboard. So this is happening because Dropboard's actually getting a lot of active use. So it's really exciting that people aren't just signing up, they're really investing in it. And that leads me to sort of the ranking of validation types. So at the very top of the list is purchase. You could really break that down even further and say an annual purchase versus a monthly purchase, but purchase nonetheless is great validation. And then active use is the second best validation. So people are actually not just signing up for it, but really getting involved in it. And then the third is a sign up. There are lots of people who might sign up for services and then may completely not care about it. Maybe they're kind of interested in your app, but they really ultimately just kind of test the waters and don't really do much. I saw this in Snaptro. When I looked at all the signups for Snaptro, there's barely anyone, at least at the point when I last looked, who'd really done it properly. So they were signing up for the service. It is some kind of validation, but it's not active use, and Dropboard is getting active use. So that's really exciting. It also might mean my days of saving money with using Airtable might be over. It might be time for a full production database now. So as I think about the plan for 2023, and again, I'm recording this video before the holidays, so things may change, I do feel like things are coalescing, things are coming together and getting more clear. Here's what I have so far for a plan. So first of all, I want to create the Job Drop, which is going to be a free site where companies can post jobs. They're going to be startups only, 100% remote jobs. And every 2 weeks-ish, new jobs will drop. That will be kind of the fun concept behind it to add some urgency to it. So I want to seed that with as many jobs as I can. And if I can get enough jobs on there, I want to schedule a product hunt launch about that. I'm estimating all that work should take about 2 weeks to get that all prepped. And then I want to run that launch and hopefully get some traffic driving for the job drop, which will feed Dropboard. And then I want to prototype this idea I've been having about Dropboard Pro and where I want it to go. So I want to use AI. I want to build a full applicant tracking system. I've got great ideas, I think. So I want to put all that together. I want to build a marketing page for it, and I want to tease it on the website for Dropboard. So I want to kind of say, this is what Dropboard is. By the way, some massive things are coming. Check this out. And that prototyping process will probably take me about 3 weeks maybe to get that ready. And so hopefully with those pieces set up, I'll be growing while I'm actually building Dropboard Pro. So that growth will consist of the Wix signups that are currently happening in the marketplace. I am in Shopify's marketplace, but I haven't seen much traction at all yet on that one. I will be hopefully having the job drop feeding more people coming in. I want to potentially do an AppSumo lifetime deal for what I have today and call it maybe Dropboard Slim. Hopefully that will give me a big set of users for Dropboard outside of the Wix platform. Hopefully all this audience and traffic growth will begin happening, and by the time I finish the prototype, I'll be able to put up a pre-sale offer for a lifetime deal for Dropboard Pro. And maybe that'll be something I do where it starts out at a low price and it just kind of gets bigger and bigger until I release it. So that's my plan for taking what little fire I have right now and trying to grow it. And I think it's a really solid plan. A lot can go wrong with it, but I think there are a lot of different things here that gives me a nice diversification of traffic and capturing value on what I've already built, but also pushing myself into the future with something, a bigger offering. Okay, well, that's it for this week. There's a lot to shake out in my plan, but that is a very rough sketch, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback to see if you agree with those thoughts. And again, I really hope you guys check out my year-end recap that I posted last week. I put a lot of work into that, and I think it's pretty cool. I will see you next week.